Professor Vextani's 4 eyes blinked in rapid succession as she reviewed the tactical analysis submitted by her newest student. The crystalline being had taught military strategy at the prestigious Galactic Defense Academy for over 3 centuries, and never had she encountered such disturbing casualness toward warfare. The human, Lieutenant Marcus Webb, sat slouched in his chair with an expression that could only be described as bored. His assignment had been simple: analyze the famous battle of Kepler 442b and suggest alternative strategies. What he'd submitted made Vextani's translucent skin shimmer with anxiety. "Lieutenant Webb," she began, her voice crackling through the universal translator, "your proposal to just nuke the entire moon and call it a day is concerning." Marcus shrugged. "It's efficient. Why spend months in a siege when you can eliminate the threat in 30 minutes? The Zalarian professor beside Vextani, a peaceful herbivore whose species had never engaged in warfare, made a choking sound. "But the cultural artifacts, the ecosystem, the civilian populations. Evacuate them first, obviously," Marcus replied, as if explaining something to a child. "We're not monsters." "Well, not entirely." Commander Trilek, the Academy's Kytherian military advisor, leaned forward on his 6 legs. His species had conquered half their home galaxy through superior tactics and technology. "Human, your strategic thinking lacks subtlety. Warfare is an art form, requiring precision, honor, and—" "Excuse me," Marcus interrupted, pulling up his personal datapad. "Did you just say your people took 400 years to conquer a single star system?" He squinted at the screen. "Yeah, the Andorian campaign. My species did something similar in 6 months. Different galaxy, but still." The room fell silent. Trilek's mandibles clicked nervously. "That's impossible," whispered Dr. Yalinth, the Academy's head of xenopsychology. Her tentacles writhed as she accessed her own records. The Andorians had planetary shields, orbital defense platforms, a fleet of— "We went through the star," Marcus said matter-of-factly. "Through the star. Destabilized it just enough to create solar flares that knocked out their tech. Then we offered to fix it in exchange for surrender. They agreed pretty quickly after that." Vextani felt her crystalline structure beginning to crack from stress. You weaponized stellar manipulation as a negotiating tactic? Well, we couldn't just blow up their sun. That would have been genocide. We're not the bad guys here." Professor Kelroth, whose gaseous form had been quietly observing, finally spoke. "In my species' recorded history, we have never encountered beings who treat stellar engineering as a casual military option." Marcus looked genuinely confused. "How do you guys fight wars then? I mean, if you can't touch the big picture stuff, you're basically just playing with toys." "We engage in honorable combat," Trilek exclaimed. "Single ship duels, ground battles with established rules, surrender protocols that preserve dignity." "That sounds exhausting," Marcus yawned. "And expensive. Do you have any idea how much resources you waste on honorable combat?" "We calculated that the average galactic war could be resolved in 72% less time with 89% fewer casualties if you just, actually tried to end it quickly." The alien professors exchanged horrified glances. Dr. Yalinth's tentacles had gone completely rigid. "Lieutenant Webb," Vextani managed, "perhaps you could explain why humans seem so comfortable with such extreme measures?" Marcus considered this seriously for the first time. "I guess when your home planet regularly tries to kill you with weather, predators, diseases, and natural disasters, you develop a pretty practical approach to problem solving. We don't have the luxury of dragging things out." He stood up, stretching casually. "Anyway, I should probably mention, Earth's been monitoring this conversation. My CO wanted me to extend an invitation for a joint training exercise next month. Nothing too intense, just some basic warfare scenarios." The room erupted in panic chittering, clicking, and gaseous swirling as every alien professor began calculating how quickly they could request transfers to other galaxies.